If you're a fan of NBC's The Voice competition, you know when contestants try out, they're praying that just one of the judges will turn around and pick them. Well, during Todd Tilghman's audition, all 4 judges swung around in their seats. So it's no wonder that Tilghman wound up the 2020 winner.
Pastor Todd Tilghman grew up singing in church, but never had professional training. Todd's wife and a friend encouraged him to try out for an NBC show called The Voice. He reluctantly agreed. Not only did he have all 4 judges trying to get Todd on their team, but Todd was also declared the 2020 Season 18 winner of The Voice. He's here to talk about his journey.
Please welcome to the 700 Club, Todd Tilghman. Todd, it's great to have you with us today.
Hey, thank you so much.
You had never sung professionally when you went on The Voice. Were you stunned when all 4 judges spun around? What were you thinking?
Yeah, certainly I was. Everyone kept asking me beforehand, like, which one of these coaches would you like? And I was like, I'm going to go with whichever one turns around. I was completely stunned when all 4 of them turned.
Well, there was a point where you almost skipped auditioning for The Voice. What happened there and what changed your mind?
I'll tell you, first of all, we had just had a super busy time in our lives. But second of all, and really more prevalent, I think, I just assumed that I would just get a no. And so I was like, why would I drive? Because I had to drive several hours to go to the audition. And but what changed my mind was my wife. We've said a million times in our marriage that she's the gas and I'm the brakes, So she just pushed me over the edge to do it.
You chose, after all 4 turned around, to work with Blake Shelton as your coach. What was that like?
That was as great as I thought it would be. I chose him hoping that what I had seen of him was genuine, which is just that he's kind of easygoing and laid back, really professional as well. And that was all true. He's not such a stickler. That just would have made me too nervous.
Speaking of nervous, because of COVID-19, the regular production of the show was changed, and that actually helped you a little bit with nerves. Talk about that.
I'll say this, the audience part of it was great. I love an audience. So the audience didn't make me so nervous, but it did help that I was sort of in my own environment, like a lot of people have asked about the audience, but that's really not it. I love the audience, they're great and there's a lot of energy, but I was sort of in my own environment. And also I would say for me, the most nerves or anxiety or whatever you want to say came from my company. All of the other artists were so great, and I was in a competition with them.
Yeah. Well, tell us a little bit the show finals. You sang "I Can Only Imagine." That was a very popular song, of course, but it's been sung so much. Did you think you were going to win?
No, I can tell you just categorically, I actually just assumed that I wouldn't win.
You're a pastor. You're the dad of 8 children. Winning this has to have impacted your life. How has that changed your family's life?
Our family, remarkably, you would think that when something like this happens and there's so many more things happening that especially myself, that I have to do, that it would sort of be like hard to come together. But I actually think this has caused us to come even closer. We've always been a really close family, but I think it caused us even to come closer together. Everybody's really on board with what's happening. And then also there are other opportunities that have come up that really focus on our entire family, not just me and what happened on the show,
Are your kids musical?
A couple of them are. All of my kids, especially, the ones that are older and you can see their gifts, that as they develop. But even the little kids, they all have really, really remarkable gifts, and a couple of them are musical.
So is this a new career for you? I understand that you have a CD, you've got a book possibility, and a reality TV show in the offing. What does the future look like for you?
I don't really know. I like what I'm not really releasing. When I say a CD, I'm not really like releasing any new music. What I'm doing is I'll have a CD. I have a show right now that's in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and so I'm just releasing a CD that's got a few of those songs on it, and it's not going to be like digital or anything. But yeah, there's a book thing, and so what I've said 100 times really is that I know my life and our family's lives are drastically changing, but the exact parameters of that, we're just sort of having faith and letting them play out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't really know what they are.
What's your heart with all of this, Todd? What's your dream?
What I would love to do, this is another thing that I've said a bunch of times. I would love to share my faith and my family and who I am with the world, and that I like show the world that there's someone like me who just loves them, unconditionally. I just love you, but maybe not necessarily package it in a way that is just so strictly only faith-based. You see what I mean?
Yes.
So that hopefully other people might look into it and say, like, here's a regular everyday guy, and he took a chance, and look, it paid off, and he's still sort of regular.
Yeah. Well, can I say that when this COVID thing is over and concerts are allowed again, you're going to need a big RV. Yeah,
we're actually, that's a weird, it's just such a weird time in my life.
It's a weird time in all of our lives.
Yeah, right.
Seriously. Well, we congratulate you on your win. How very exciting. And we pray God's blessing and favor on you, on your family, and that picture you paint that, with God at the center, all things are possible is when we embrace. God bless you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Great to talk to you.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.